Sedition law, let's hear some key extracts from Harish Salve, Queen's Counsel, and former Solicitor General of India and now senior advocate who practices at the Supreme Court of India.
What we have seen, what I have seen of some cases, is shocking that criticism of a politician is considered to be sedition. And this is shocking. Whether it be the Hanuman Chalisa, whether it be Arnab Goswami calling the Congress chief names, or whether it be somebody calling the Delhi chief minister names, it may be distasteful, but how does it become sedition?
Right. Mr. Salve, would you then say that this law was structurally flawed? I mean, yes, we are trying to, debate on whether something else is required or not, but do you feel that you can't build on a law which is structurally flawed?
No, not always. Look at it this way. When the British were governing India, a criticism of the British masters questioned their way of ruling India and their presence in India. Now you can't, that ship sailed in 1947. So we do not have that construct anymore. Secondly, the principles of what is considered free speech have grown enormously. And you've seen the vocabulary of debate in public life has become acerbic, not just in India, even outside India. You see in England, where otherwise people spoke in very measured tones. Today you see the opposition leader calling the Prime Minister using words which were never used before. In Australia, you heard recently the Australian Prime Minister called the leader of the opposition in some very sharp tones. So this vocabulary of debate has changed, but that has nothing to do with sedition. Sedition is when you're opposing the very identity of the nation. And it has only relevance today because we do face a threat of existence.
Correct.
Or a challenge to our existence from radical forces. So if it is kept as what is called a call to arms, if somebody is trying to round up and use speech to round up people to have an uprising against the state, using it in few and far between cases like that, one can see the good sense. But beyond that, to say that abusing the government or criticizing the government, however harsh the language, amounts to sedition is a nonsense.
Absolutely. So that's a strong word that you said, basically using this as a political tool by all governments. And you're right, it's not just BJP, but we've seen in recent cases many governments pressing the provisions of the sedition law. My final question, Mr. Salve, the law minister says that a Lakshman Rekha must be respected. Your views?
These are all the delightful debates of a democracy.
Short and
the Lakshman Rekha is not cast in stone. It moves from time to time.
So, let's get this right and clear. Criticizing the government and officials is part of simple commonsensical way of democracy. And misusing such outdated, colonial retarded laws, labeled as sedition, is and has been truly ludicrous. In simpler words, it means it has been plain outright idiotic. Any government that has misused it such, must start correcting, compensating, especially those, in which it has been used against, be it, political opponents and or those done for other vested, or revenge reasons. We are glad that some common sense is finally creeping in. Guess, it'd be better now than later or never.